Alright guys, welcome back to the Old Glory Red Report supporter channel for the supporters by the supporters. I'm KCJ and thanks for tuning in. We are doing the post-match reaction for the 0-0 draw at Orange County last weekend. Disappointing for me. It's 2 points dropped no matter how you look at it. I think this was a must win. I've said it before. This is absolutely 2 points dropped just on not being able to finish goals alone. The team looked poor again in the finishing aspect, missing open net shots over the top. Iwasa got a good breakaway, I think it was, early on and missed that. Bonema had some chances, missed again, and that's been killing us all season. That inconsistency in not being able to score. There were some positives in this game that I think we have to take moving forward. I mean, 1 point on the road in this situation isn't the best, but hey, it's a point on the road. At least we didn't lose another one. We have only won one game out of the last 6, so that is very disappointing. I think we definitely want to see better. We have San Antonio, I think, away next Saturday, and that for me is going to be another one where it's going to be a tough game on the road, but we need 3 points from these tough games on the road at this point, especially with teams below us. I've said it before, you have to beat the teams below you if you want to be at the top of the table, and we're not doing that right now. We did play with Orange County, and their inconsistency has been the same kind of problems that we've had with the inconsistencies, where they go and beat a team 4-1, and then they lose to a lower placed team the next time 1-0, and they just don't have the ability to keep a clean sheet. They're having the same kind of struggles. So this was an important game for me. This is a game where both teams are finding their ground, trying to fight to get out of the mid-table and work their way back up, and neither team was really able to take advantage of it in this game. I think the positives for the Republic, we had a much better defensive game. Not great, mind you. I don't think it was a perfect defensive game. Orange County was able to get behind a little too much. They did have a couple of decent chances. So not a perfect defensive game, but keeping the clean sheet, especially with Diaz as a keeper. He is gaining confidence, looking a little bit better in net. That's important for me, though. So I'm going to take that as one of the positives. It was great to see the defense do a little bit better. There was still nervy times, but overall, the midfield did have some great passing going forward, but we did lose the ball too easily. So, I mean, Alaman coming in for Bijev. Bijev has looked a little slow, so I was happy to see Alaman come on. I think he had an okay game. Warner had another okay game. So, sloppy in the midfield, but it was better. We had some good movement. We didn't control possession this time, but when we did have possession, we were getting the ball forward a little bit better. So I think that was better this game. Again, not great. Still too many passes that were just loose and going everywhere. Getting caught in possession too many times, trying to make too much run forward or not making the right decision. Still happening way too much, but a little bit better of signs. But the number one thing that I was really impressed with in this game, and we saw it earlier in the season, and I'm hoping that they'll start bringing it back, is that press, that fight to get the ball back, to win the ball. That got us some great opportunities when we forced the ball from Orange County farther down the field, not having to do as much through the midfield to make plays happen. Bonema was guilty of missing a few chances. Iwasa was guilty of missing a few chances in this one that didn't capitalize on some of those mistakes, but the press was much better. So we're going to go ahead and take that as the biggest positive for me on this one. We are going to do a Republic talk with the boys tomorrow over at Fort Rock. It's going to be Wednesday at 6. That'll be out sometime Thursday evening probably. So we'll talk more about the last few games in depth and what's really been going on. But, you know, the coach again came out in this game with the 4-2-3-1 lineup. He's kind of just throwing players in. Barahona got the start this time. Alaman got the start this time. Sorry was out. He's one of our best players. Not sure why he was out, but maybe he was injured. He didn't even make the bench, so I'm going to assume he was injured or had an illness or something like that and kept him from playing. But it's, again, the coach just throwing players in, that same formation and that same tactical mindset, and hoping to God it worked. And, again, it just didn't. It's not working, and I don't see him coming up with solutions. And it doesn't just bother me that he doesn't change it for, like, these games, but even tactically when he's playing against better teams or when he's playing against a lower team, I don't see much as far as tactical changes go from this coach. So it really worries me that he doesn't have any more tricks in his bag, and this is his, like, I'm going to go with it kind of attitude, and that's going to lose us games this season, and that's going to not get us to the playoffs. And not making the playoffs would be the biggest failure for the Republic, honestly. So it's going to be a tough one. We're going to have to look at that. Stay tuned for more when we talk about that a little later. Like I said, we'll try to go a little more into detail. Comment below what you guys think on that. Is it the coach's fault? Is it the player's fault? We do like to hear that. You know, you never know if it's the coach's tactics just aren't being taken advantage of by the players. You know, they're missing those opportunities and he's getting them the best they can. Or if they're just not feeling comfortable because the tactics that the coach wants them to play isn't working. So we'll have to check into that. But overall, this was a very disappointing draw for me. Again, we needed the full 3 points, so we dropped 2 points here. We have to go on to San Antonio. We have to do better. The mentality of this club has to be better. They supposedly have MLS around the corner, and that's their big focus, but I think we need to focus on this season, right here, right now. If this team can't win in the USL, then what hope do we have as a brand to have any supportership going into MLS if people can't support this team right here and right now? So, for me, let's turn this thing around. We need to do something. Something big needs to happen. Stay tuned for more. We'll come at you with a match build-up for San Antonio, as well as that Road Public talk in a couple days. So stay tuned. Appreciate you watching. Until next time, check us out on Facebook, Old Glory Red Report, Instagram and Twitter at Old Glory Red, YouTube, we're Old Glory Red Report. You can check us out over there too. We do have extra content in that. We are a part of the Beautiful Game Network. It's a great podcast from a bunch of teams from the USL to MLS to just talking about soccer in general. That's bgn.fm, so check that out. A lot of great podcasts there. Till next time, again, thanks for watching. I'm KCJ. Peace.